Hello children, how are you all? Hope you are fine and good. I am a teacher Dakshayani, handling biology from Bhardasanath Metric Higher Secondary School, Arakonam. Children, today we are going to see 12th standard zoology chapter 5 molecular genetics, right? And in this chapter we are discussing about the structure of a gene and the nature of DNA. Let us go into the session. So in the previous session, what are all the things we discussed? We discussed about the gene. What is a gene? Can anyone say what is a gene? Gene, it is a structural and functional unit of heredity. Yes, very good. It is a functional unit of heredity. Right, and then so far we discussed about the properties of a gene. Properties of the gene, and later on we discussed two things. One is the Griffith experiment. Griffith experiment with the mouse, and the experimental proof of Griffith experiment given by Avery. McCarthy, McLeod and Avery, they three reworked on the Griffith experiment and proved the transformation principle of DNA. DNA has a capacity to transfer from one cell to another cell. So, transformation of DNA. So, these are all the things we discussed in the previous session, and in this session we are going to see about some of the experiments related to prove DNA is the genetic material. So, now we are going to see the proof that DNA is the genetic material. Even the Griffith and Avery, they all proved that DNA has a capacity to transform from one cell to another. For example, you just look into this picture, children. Our genetic material, right, the chromosomes, the DNA is packed inside the chromosomes, and it consists of histone protein as well as the DNA. How it will be like this: histone molecule covered, surrounded by the DNA strand, again a histone molecule surrounded by a DNA strand. Like this only the genetic material DNA is packed into our chromosomes. So, here there again raises the confusion that whether DNA is a genetic material or the protein is a genetic material. So, there arises a big question, which is a genetic material, either DNA or protein. And now we are going to see the experimental proof that DNA is the genetic material. Hershey and Chase, that is Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase These two persons experimentally proved that DNA is the genetic material. And while you are studying about the lytic cycle, we know how does a virus infect the bacterium, children? We call it as a page DNA. Yes, if it is a bacterium, what happens? A virus approaches the bacterial cell and injects its genetic material into it, and this viral genetic material destroys the bacterial genetic material, and it starts to develop, the viral particles replicates inside the bacterial cell, and as a result of this many viral particles are produced, So, this is a lytic cycle, and the page, it is a bacterium that affects the, it's a virus that affects the bacterium. And this Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase, he used a T2 page which has a capacity to infect E. coli, Escherichia coli. So, he used this T4 page to prove that DNA is the genetic material, and this page has a capacity to infect this Escherichia coli. Let us go into the experiment. So, Hershey and Chase, first what he did, they want to prove, right, and one thing, children, protein, it contains sulfur, and our DNA contains phosphorus. contain phosphorus, right? So they planned to use the isotopes, the radioisotopes of sulfur and phosphorus to separate DNA and protein, right? So later on what they did, they chose the E. coli, they chose the E. coli bacterium, the Escherichia coli, and they used the culture medium. They cultured the bacteriophages in the separate medium. For example, it was the bacterium, the virus particle, viruses, the T2 virus which is grown in the sulfur medium was named as protein, was labeled as protein, and the pages which is cultured in the radioactive phosphorus was named as DNA, was named as DNA. And later on what he did, and he used the isotopes in the culture medium also. Later on he mixed both the labelings, that is the pages which was labeled grown in the sulfur medium, right, that is a protein, and the pages which is grown in the phosphorus medium, that is a DNA, they both were mixed and they were allowed to infect the bacterial cell, right. And before the infection what he did, he by using a blender he blended the bacterial cells to loosen the adhering particles. And later on at the time of infection what happened, the sulfur labeled protein page, right, it does not enter into the bacterial cell, it remained outside the bacterial cell, and no sulfur was detected inside the bacterial cell. But the T2 page which was labeled phosphorus, it injected its genetic material into the bacterial cell, and it could be proved by the presence of phosphorus inside the bacterium. So he proved that it is only the DNA that is transferred from one cell to another, and it is not the protein. So from this Hershey and Chase proved that DNA is the genetic material. And now we are going to see the chemistry of nucleic acids. What is nucleic acid? Can I abbreviate DNA, children? Yes, very good. What is DNA? DNA can be written, the abbreviation is deoxyribonucleic acid. Nucleic acid. So deoxyribonucleic acid. So DNA, right? And what are all the molecules present inside our DNA, or it may be a RNA also. RNA, what is the abbreviation of RNA? Ribonucleic acid. So RNA, either it may be a RNA or DNA, right? It is made up of the repeated units called as a nucleotide. Just look into this, children. It is made up of many molecules, right? And it is one nucleotide. This is one nucleotide. This structure we call it as nucleotide. I will explain what is nucleotide. And many repeated units of nucleotide make the nucleic acid. And a nucleotide consists of one sugar, that is a pentose sugar, and one nitrogen base and the phosphorus. So what are all the, how will you draw the nucleotide, children? One pentose sugar, right? It consists of 5 carbon, right? And with this it consists of one nitrogen group, one nitrogenous bases. Nitrogenous bases we shall discuss later. It may be adenine, guanine, thymine or cytosine. It is linked to the nitrogen base, and in the 5th position it is attached to the phosphate, that is a phosphorus, right? So this makes a nucleotide. So what is the structure of nucleotide? The nucleotide consists of pentose sugar, nitrogen base and the phosphorus. So the repeated units of nucleotides make the nucleic acid. Children, now we are going to see about the pentose sugar, and either it may be a RNA. In RNA, ribose sugar is present. Ribose sugar is present, and in the DNA, deoxyribose is present. Deoxyribose sugar is present. So either it may be a ribose or a deoxyribose. It is a 5, it consists of pentose sugar, that is a 5 carbon compound. It has 5 carbon compound, right? And the only difference between the ribose and the deoxyribose is that here in the ribose one oxygen atom is at more extra. Here in the ribose one oxygen, in the second position oxygen atom is there, but in the deoxyribose in the second position oxygen is absent, hence we call it as deoxy. So it is a main difference, children. RNA contains a ribose sugar and DNA contains a deoxyribose sugar. The only difference is that in the second position this DNA has one oxygen atom less than when compared to that of the RNA. Hence it is called as a deoxyribose sugar. So next we shall see about the nitrogenous bases, right? Nitrogenous bases, what is a base, children? It is when it has a pH greater than that of 7, we say it as a pH, and it gives a alkaline nature to it. And the nitrogenous bases is of two types. One is pyrimidines and another one is purines, right? The pyrimidines are cytosine and thymine. Thymine is present only in the DNA. In RNA, the thymine is replaced by uracil. So it is also the another difference. Thymine is unique for DNA and uracil is unique for RNA. So what are the pyrimidine, children? Cytosine, thymine and uracil. And purines. It adenine and guanine. They two are the purines. So purines always pairs with pyrimidines. These two forms these are all the nitrogenous bases present in the nucleic acid. Next we are going to see about the phosphate functional group. So this is a pentose sugar and it is the nitrogenous base, and at the fifth position 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. At the fifth carbon position the phosphate group is attached. This phosphate group is obtained from H3PO4, that is phosphoric acid. And this phosphoric acid gives DNA the nature of an acid, right? And in this phosphate, in the phosphate group, we can see the oxygen atom is negatively charged. Due to that, the phosphate group is negatively charged, and this and both the sides, all the nucleotides are linked together by the phosphate bonds, right? For example, here one nucleotide is there, and here one more nucleotide is there, and both are linked together by the phosphate molecule, and this is linked by the ester bonds, hence we can call this as phosphodiester bond. And this phosphate group is negatively charged. This enables the nucleic acid to remain within the nuclear membrane. So this is the nature of the phosphate group, and where the phosphate group is attached, it is attached to the fifth position, hence we can write it as 5 dash. And at the second position, what is attached? Oxygen, right? That's a hydroxyl group, OH is attached, so hence we can write as 3 dash. The two strands of DNA are always, for example, if one strand is in 5 to 3 direction, the another strand will be in 3 to 5 direction. So this is a nature of the DNA. A sugar molecule, that is a 5 carbon compound pentose sugar, when it is attached to a base, that is especially a nitrogen base, either it may be adenine, guanine or thymine, it is said to be a nucleoside. and when one phosphate group is attached to it, that is sugar, that is a 5-carbon compound and a base plus one phosphate molecule is attached, the nucleoside becomes a nucleotide. From this they will ask one question, children, differentiate nucleoside and nucleotide. And now we are going to see the Erwin Chargaff's rule, right? What was the name of the person, children? Erwin Chargaff. And who proposed the double helix model of DNA? Watson and Crick, right? And later on, Erwin Chargaff, he proposed a rule that the purines always pairs with pyrimidines. That is, in a DNA, adenine always pairs with thymine with the double hydrogen bonds. In the case of RNA, adenine always pairs with uracil in the case of RNA. Likewise, guanine, right? Guanine always pairs with cytosine with a triple hydrogen bond. So, this is the Erwin Chargaff's rule. But based on this rule, they will give you many problems, children. And his rule is that the ratio between adenine with thymine and guanine with cytosine are equal. For example, they are giving the value of adenine is 30, right? They will ask you to find the value of remaining 2, right? For then, what will be the case if adenine is 30, what will be the case of guanine, children? Guanine is also 30 because they both are purines. And what will be in the case of thymine and cytosine? 20 and 20. So, the ratio of adenine with thymine and guanine with cytosine is equal. Yes, if you add, you will get 50 is equal to, and here also you will be getting 50. Like this, they will be giving the value for any one of the nitrogenous base, and they will ask you to find the value of remaining nitrogenous base. It is a need based question, children. So, let us recap what are all the things we discussed in this session, children. We discussed that DNA is a genetic material. It was proved by Hershey and Chase. Hershey and Chase. And later on we discussed in the chemistry of nucleic acid, we discussed about the structure of nucleotide. What is a nucleotide? Nucleotide consists of a pentose sugar, attached to it is a nitrogen base, and a phosphate group, right, is attached to the 5th carbon position. So, these are all the things we discussed, and we discussed about the Erwin Chargaff's rule. What is Erwin Chargaff's rule? Adenine always pairs with thymine with the double hydrogen bonds, and cytosine always pairs with guanosine with the triple hydrogen bonds. These are all the things we discussed in this session, children. With this session comes to an end, children. In the description we have attached the study material, assessment and question bank for this lesson. Go through it. Have a nice day, children. Thank you.